I effed up by trapping my doctor's hand in my a-hole. I was getting my normal semi-annual checkup at the doctor's office. You know, the usual, the boring wait in the lobby, the crying baby, nowhere to sit except by some pregnant lady, yeah, the whole thing. After about 10 minutes, my name gets called. I get up, sit in the room and wait even longer before the doctor finally walks in. At this point I still don't know that I have a prostate exam incoming, since I'm relatively healthy aside from slight stomach issues and have never had a prostate exam before. Anyway, more of the usual happens. The doctor asked me a few broad questions, then finally got down to some more specific questions regarding my health and issues I've discussed at other checkups prior. And that went a little something like this. The doctor asked, "How are your stomach problems? Any changes?" I said no, not much. "Oh. Actually, I don't know how I forgot to mention this, but I've actually had bloody stool." The doctor grimaced and said, "Oh, okay, well we're going to have to take a look at that in a quick second." My heart dropped and I began to scramble. Will there be a prostate exam?" He said, "Well, maybe, that could be required. Are you good with that?" At this point, I've kind of accepted my fate. Even if I didn't want to do the prostate exam, I still had to get my a-hole inspected. After having some time to get ready, I assumed the normal position for an a-hole inspection and laid on the table butt-ass naked in a fetal position and had seriously tried to brace myself for impact. I had myself a little moment of silence while the doctor gave me time, but once I heard the knock, I knew my prostate virginity was soon to expire. My doctor opens the door, takes a chair, lifts me up on the table higher like I'm on display in a museum, and takes a flashlight to glare down my shit dispenser. Some time passes, I feel a few weird touches on my a-hole, but that's about it. I was ready to be done. Considering my doctor didn't say much, I assumed this was a good thing. But no, it was the complete opposite. So I don't see anything. We might have to do a prostate exam to fully ensure everything is okay. At this point, life didn't even feel real. I've had some weird irrational phobia of prostate exams ever since I learned they exist, so I knew that this was not going to be a fun time. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I could tell my a-hole was in a constant clench when my doctor was checking it out and I'm surprised that she didn't say anything. Either way, the doctor had left and walked back in again, and now I was desperately struggling to get my mind off of it or to distract myself. She put on the gloves, did the gel, gave a countdown, but to be honest, all of this except the prostate exam is a blur. All I remember is hardly acknowledging the countdown and boom, one small step for man, one giant leap for my a-hole. Think of a finger, right? Now imagine said finger increased by triple its size. Then shoved up your butt. This is how a prostate exam feels. Everything feels huge up there and the sensations I was feeling were indescribably and overwhelmingly strange. I tried to get my mind off it, go to my safe place or whatever, but I ended up mega clenching. I don't know what got into me, but I never knew my a-hole had an autolock feature. Nonetheless, some long-forgotten primal instinct kicked in and my entire ancestry line's worth of force was all concentrated into that one a-hole muscle and I could tell my doctor was trying to move her finger, but it was legitimately stuck in my a-hole. I won't over-exaggerate this by acting like it lasted over 10 seconds and they had to spray some WD-40 on my a-hole to loosen up, but every single second felt like a year to me. Finally I learned how to tame the beast and loosened up for half a second, but that was more than enough time for the doctor to abort the mission. My doctor was in disbelief, she was confused, I was confused, my prostate was confused, I don't know. My doctor and I kinda just mutually agreed to not touch my a-hole anymore and just finish up the session so I could scream for my mommy and go home to cry or whatever. I really wish I had some sort of smart answer as to why this happened, but it could honestly be a combination of a lot of things. Again, this was my first and only prostate exam so I don't know if she used the FDA-approved amount of gel or whatever, but all I know is that there is an unsolved mystery up my butt and I need to get Scooby-Doo on my case or something.